tag has been a tag that really hasn't had much time in the spotlight throughout the 5.5 years that Dragon Ball Legends has been alive. And it's unfortunate because there have been great units to be released on the tag, but again, not enough to really keep that tag alive for a while. But with this GT campaign, we're finally starting to see a slight shift because the release of LF Spirit Bomb Goku GT and Sparking Pan Trunks and Giru have made an actual genuine impression on me, a good one at that, because these two units are actually really good, even more so than I thought to initially give them credit for. And the 3 battles I have for you guys today are easily going to showcase how solid these units are and why I have my hopes up for the next LF unit we're supposed to be getting for this campaign later on this month as well. But with that being said, let's get right into it.
Versus Kid Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and Pan Trunks and Giru.
And here we are in the first battle. So I lead off with Pan Trunks and Giru, and the opponent leads off with LF Kid Goku GT. So I throw out Ki Blast, they vanish, and then from there they instantly throw out Gogeta. So now I have to be a bit more careful with blast darts because of the fact that if I just throw it out, Gogeta can just tank through it. So I pop a special skill hoping that the opponent was going to do something. They didn't. So afterwards, I vanish out the way with Pan and I throw in Gogeta, but luckily I was able to get my combo off. So from there, I end up throwing out my special move, but they cover change into Pan. But the thing is, in all honesty, even though Pan is powerful, the sooner I get her out the way, the better off I'll be. But I also have to be careful because when Pan dies, she boosts the team. So that's something I have to be on the lookout for. But anyway, I combo Pan for a little bit. Eventually, she starts comboing me. I throw in Goku, and then they throw in Gogeta. Now, normally, I would take Goku out of this type of scenario, but I stay in for a little bit because it rolls my unique gauge. And then afterwards, I throw in Pan to cover change, and luckily I had a special move, so I special moved against Gogeta, and dealt good damage. So, of course, I get another special skill, and I utilize that opportunity to try to see what the opponent was going to do. They did a Tap Blast, so because of that, I threw out Ki Blast, they vanished out the way with Goku, and then they threw in Pan. I got another special skill, and then now at this point, all I need to do is just get another combo started. So I tackle, the opponent vanishes, and then from there, we get into a strike clash, and I win. So now I can put the opponent in a really, I guess, bad predicament. I can either continue comboing and have Gogeta come through and cover change it, or I can pop my main and try to wipe somebody out. So I decided to go with that route. I pop my main and I throw out my ultimate attack, and that wipes out Pan, which is good. But the downside is now that team got buffed. So at this point, I have to make sure I kind of get rid of Gogeta because he's going to be that defensive issue for, you know, me. Because if he's alive, then he has cover changing options, and I really don't want to deal with any of that. So Gogeta continues to combo Pan, and then after a certain point, I throw in Goku. But I did so in order to raise the gauge, and obviously Goku's also, you know, able to take these hits. So from there, the opponent ends up popping their main after they're comboing Goku, thinking that I'm going to let them land that ultimate attack on him, which is obviously not the case. But now I put the opponent in a predicament where they have to make a choice. They can either let Goku take a massive amount of damage, or they can let Gogeta go. But of course, they're going to throw in Goku. So because of that, I drop the combo, and then afterwards, I managed to catch Goku, and from there, I land my ultimate attack against him. Now, the thing with Goku is he cancels buff effects a lot. So even if I did have endurance nullification, that ability would have been nullified because of Goku's buff effect cancellation. So anyway, I end up throwing in Pan after Goku throws out a special move. And from there, I pop another special skill because Pan gets a ton of them. And then Goku ends up throwing out Solar Flare. But from there, I'm at a predicament where I can wipe literally anybody out. So because of that, I combo Goku. But luckily, since I started my combo with Goku, I was able to nullify cover change. And from there, I threw in Gogeta. And then I throw out Big Bang Kamehameha. It wiped out Gogeta. So now it's just Kid Goku. And don't get me wrong, this is still a dangerous situation. This unit is powerful. But they end up throwing out Rising Rush. I'm assuming to hopefully be able to at least knock out one unit. Of course, by then I was able to get Goku back in. And then afterwards, everything is kind of smooth sailing from here. I mean, we guessed the rush, so I'm already safe with that. And at this point, I could LF if I wanted to. But the main thing that I want to do is just get him out of the way, right? So I pop my main ability. The opponent pops theirs as well, obviously in order to try to counteract mine. But the downside is, as I was comboing this unit, he is still recovering a slight bit of health. But I wasn't able to activate his endurance. And again, remember that this unit nullifies buff effects when you use ultimate attacks, alongside other attacks as well. So my endurance nullification got canceled. So because of that, all I need to do is just wipe out this Goku, and I'll be good to go. Now, I could have easily have used Rising Rush. I decided not to. I just wanted to just win without having to resort to it. So from there, you know, they forced me to vanish after I had Pan in. Then I get Goku back in. I let him take the hit because I don't want him to vanish, and I still have endurance. So at this point, all I need to do is just catch him with something. And once he sidestepped, I caught him with Solar Flare. And from there, then I popped my special move and it wipes him out. So again, this team, I think right now they're going to excel defensively because they have Goku and they have Gogeta on the team, while also having endurance on their side as well with Goku. And then offensively speaking, all three of these units are able to deal effective damage. Again, I'm still really surprised at how powerful Pan is, but also Goku, especially when his unique gauge is full and you use a special move or you use his ultimate attack, those moves are going to hit very, very hard. And I think Gogeta doesn't need any explanation as to how powerful he is. But I'm really excited to see how GT is going to turn out in the future. But anyway, on to the next battle.
Versus Ultimate Gohan, Super Saiyan Blue Evolved Vegeta, and Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, and Full Power Jiren.
And here we are in the second battle. So I lead off with Pan, Trunks, and Giru, and the opponent leads off with Ultimate Gohan, which is obviously a bad scenario, but it makes sense because Pan, you should lead off with her on GT. Easy counter. Anyway, I end up perfect vanishing Gohan, and from there I combo a little bit, and then afterwards I throw in Jiren to try to deal more damage because obviously Pan's at a disadvantage, but of course they throw in Jiren. I'm not fazed by that at all. Of course they pick their team to counter mine, but I'm not going to worry about that because as long as I can deal effective damage, that's all that matters. So I perfect vanish Jiren, and from there I throw in Pan instead to disrupt the flow of the opponent cover changing. And from there, they could have either brought Gohan back in or throw in Vegeta and Goku, but I'm assuming that Gohan couldn't come back yet. So because of that, I was able to combo Vegeta and Goku effectively. And at this point, I don't know why they brought Jiren back in, but I vanish out the way and I catch him with my special move and he's instantly out. So at this point, I throw in Goku. I managed to get Vegeta and Goku to vanish, but at the expense of me vanishing first. So they try to throw out a special move, I take the hit, and at this point, all I really need to do is just get something going. I figured that the opponent was just going to be relatively straightforward with how they combo, so because of that, I was able to vanish out the way, and then hit them with the special skill from Gogeta, which knocks down the cards, and then land a few hits with Gogeta. So the opponent transforms into Beast Gohan, and at this point, still not phased because I still have Goku in the back. I'm kind of chilling. So at this point, I throw in Pan so I can at least vanish, and then afterwards, I throw Goku in. However, I am in a dangerous scenario because Goku is able to nullify buff effects for, you know, Rising Rush, ultimate attacks, all that stuff, but not special moves. So if they were to use their special move, Goku's endurance would get nullified. So from there, I end up comboing once they threw in Vegeta and Goku. I got Pan in there, dealt a ton of damage, and at this point all I need to do is kind of keep Gohan like on the ropes. So they tackle, I vanish, they sidestep, I catch them on the sidestep, but to keep my combo going, I pop my main with Pan and I was able to get lots of cards, and from there I throw in Goku, and at that point it was game. There was zero possible chance that the opponent was going to win. So yeah, again, the defensive pressure with this team is absolutely there, but their offenses also show as well. And I think it's really good that Pan and Goku are blue and yellow respectively because, again, Ultimate Gohan is one of the strongest units in the game as of right now. He's also a red unit, so whenever Pan is in danger, Goku can come in to alleviate some of that pressure that Gohan is applying. And not only that, if for whatever reason Pan does die, then the team gets a buff, which makes Goku an even bigger threat to Gohan. So it just, them being those two element factors works out perfectly. Granted, again, GT could literally use anything, but I digress. Anyway, on to the final battle.
Versus Ultimate Gohan, Piccolo Power Awakening, and Pycon and Super Gogeta.
And here we are in the final battle. So I lead off with Pan, Trunks, and Giru, and the opponent leads off with Ultimate Gohan, but this time, we're fighting a Sagas from the Movies team. Anyway, at the beginning, we tackled, and then afterwards, Gohan tried to bait a vanish out of me, but I did manage to get a perfect vanish off on him. And again, I nullify cover change, but in this particular case, I need to deal effective damage because Pan is at a disadvantage and Goku's at a disadvantage. So no matter what, I can't have Gogeta die. So eventually I throw in Goku, and of course when he lands a strike or blast arts for his first hit, he nullifies cover change. And then afterwards I throw in Pan because I had a special skill that dropped my combo, and because of that, I managed to catch Pikkon with Ki Blast. So that worked out well. And then from here, Pikkon tap blasted, but I managed to actually catch him with blast arts. So I was able to continue my combo, and I do have to be careful because of course I could end up getting or having the opponent cover change one of my attacks if I like stall for too long. So because of that, Gohan came in, and then I popped my main ability. But because of Gohan's ability, he was able to get somebody else in immediately, and he threw in Pikkon, which I thought was the wrong choice because I threw out my ultimate attack with Pan, Trunks, and Giru. So that ends up activating, you know, Pikkon's revival into Super Gogeta. So that's one defensive option that the opponent has down, and at this point, all I need to do is activate Piccolo's revival. That's it. The moment I activate his revival, that's a wrap. So Piccolo's in. Now at this point, I have to be careful because if I play my cards wrong, then I can be in for a world of hurt. So I managed to get Piccolo to vanish, but Piccolo ended up catching me on the sidestep, and because of that, they tried to throw in Gohan. I immediately threw in Gogeta. It was not worth trying to deal with any of that. The one thing I wasn't expecting was the opponent to just fully charge straight in. I was not expecting that. So because of that, when that happened, I managed to get hit with a combo, but they swapped and then they dropped their combo for some reason. So I was able to get a perfect vanish off with Gogeta combo and then eventually throw in Pan. So at this point, all I need to do is just get something going to hopefully put enough pressure on the opponent to where Piccolo's in danger, or if he immediately swaps out, then I can just rush somebody else. But the thing is, with Gohan going crazy, I can utilize this opportunity to have Goku build up his unique gauge. And then from there, then I don't really have to worry too much about Gohan, apart from the special move, because if he pops his special skill, he's going to go element neutral, then from there, throughout the special move, and it's going to deal massive damage. So because of that, I threw in Gogeta, and he took the hit. Again, another defense type. And then afterwards, Gohan had another special move. So I can't really follow up because if he had Rush, he could have caught me with Rush, and that would have been really bad. Now, Gohan manages to combo Pan. At this point, there's not really going to be any saving her. So because of that, the one thing that I really need to make sure of is that somehow, some way, I keep my units alive, especially Pan, if I can. So eventually they throw in Gogeta, I throw in Goku, he takes the hit. And at this point, all I need to do is either put Gogeta on the ropes or find a way to get Piccolo back in. So I managed to combo, and then from there I throw in Gogeta, and I put the opponent in a predicament where they can either let Gogeta die, or they can have Piccolo take the hit. So they threw in Piccolo, he took the Big Bang Kamehameha, and then they just fully charge him with Strike again, which I was not expecting. So he had to take a lot of those hits, and then because of that, I'm now in a worse predicament because I have to throw in Pan, otherwise Gogeta was going to die. And at this point, Gohan has a free special move that he can throw out, but luckily I was able to get Goku in. So Goku completely took the hit like it was nothing, completely effortless. From there, I get Gohan to vanish, and then afterwards, the opponent threw in Gogeta, and they threw in a special move. So at this point, all I need to do is get something going to activate that revival. So when Piccolo went in and it landed Solar Flare, I threw in Gogeta after landing his Strike Arts with Goku, and then threw out Big Bang Kamehameha, and that activated Piccolo's revival. Now the opponent has no defensive options whatsoever. So all I need to do is get a combo started and throw out Rising Rush. So I managed to land Strike Arts with Gogeta. From there, I thought my special skill to knock down their cards, and then I use Rising Rush. So even if Rush doesn't land, or even if it does land, I'm safe relatively because the opponent shouldn't have many cards at their disposal. But unfortunately, the Rush got guessed. So Piccolo is still alive, but he is on the chopping block. So all I need to do at this point is just somehow land an effective combo. So the opponent ends up throwing in Gogeta, I throw in Pan, and then from there they try to combo accordingly, but I put the opponent in a predicament where they have to make a serious choice. all of their units are in danger. All of them. So I pop my main ability with my unique gauge charged, and then throw out the ultimate attack with Goku, and it eviscerates Gohan. He is gone. So now with their main attacking unit out of the way, all I have to do is just kind of get things flowing in my favor. So the opponent throws out strike arts. I manage to clash their strike arts, and I barely win by 4. So because of that, I was able to win against Piccolo and get him out of the way. At this point, there is no possible way the opponent is going to win. So all I need to do is find a way to kind of stall out the opponent as much as I can. And then they throw out a special move. So now the opponent has vanished. So I have a choice I can make. I can let Pan die, or I can just kind of have somebody else kind of go in. And because of that, I was like, you know what? Let's see if I can keep her alive. The opponent ended up getting another special move, but I know for a fact that they can't vanish just yet. So since I had a special move, I threw it out Goku, and that wiped out Gogeta. So yeah. We just fought a very defense-heavy team with 2 revival units, while also being at a pretty big disadvantage, especially for Goku. And we were able to put that team on the chopping block, like literally against the ropes, to the point where they had to make multiple choices in order to try to save particular units. Again, Pan was able to survive a lot of hits, be able to support the team as well, and the ultimate attack also did help as well. And then with Goku, again, having endurance gives us a defensive measure. They can't just like utilize something that's going to give them endurance nullification and then try to use that against Goku. Like, they can if it comes down to special moves, but more often than not, Goku doesn't have to worry about that too much. And of course, that gives us protection against Rising Rush. Again, Gogeta, powerful unit, has blast armor on strike, and not only that, multiple ultimate attacks. The ultimate attacks hit hard as well, multiple cover changes. It's just looking like GT's in a better spot now than it has been in a very, very long time. And that has me excited for the future of this team. Because again, if Pan, Trunks, and Giru and the new LF Spirit Bomb Goku GT are anything to go off of, then again, the next LF unit we're going to be getting for GT at the end of the month is going to be, hopefully, just as good, if not better, than what these 2 units have brought to the table. But again, I'm excited to see what happens. But I do want to know what you guys thought about this in the comment section below. But with that being said, I'm Ndukauba, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.